Hello, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Tammara, and I am here today to share some wonderful news with you. Well, you missed a blessing on Tuesday night. And let me tell you, we had a sister that showed up, and she was the only one to show up. And you know what she got? 2 hours of life coaching. We delved into the issue, we found her solutions, and she's now working out some issues that she had. But you know what? She showed up. She showed up like the woman with the issue of blood. She showed up. She was at the end of her rope. She was tired of what she was going through, and she showed up. And then I thought about it. Did you know that our brains work against us? They work for us, but then they work against us. Trauma and the brain. When adrenaline is released, the prefrontal cortex essentially shuts down. The prefrontal cortex is the part of the frontal lobe which controls the primary cognitive skills like emotions, your expressions, problem solving, memory, language, judgment, motor skill control. This is why sometimes when stress comes, you kind of forget what you're doing or what you were about to do or where you're going or what's going on around you, where you placed something and you went back to pick it up and it wasn't there and you're like, where did I put that thing? It's very subtle. This actually involves decision making as well. Problem solving, self-control, and acting in ways that align with your long-term goals. So when the prefrontal cortex goes offline during the threatening response, high reasoning and language structures stop. So the prefrontal lobe is considered your think tank. Trauma effectively imprints the stressful event in the brain. The memory of the traumatic event is stored in the amygdala, which ensures you do not find yourself in a dangerous situation again. However, the amygdala doesn't save the event as if it's a story. The amygdala stores the emotional significance of the traumatic event as experienced by our five senses. So the memory is fragments of visual images, smells, sounds, taste, or touch, which leads us to the trauma triggers. Since the traumatic event is stored as sensory fragments, remember, smell, visuals, sound, taste, and touch, it's hard to verbalize and attach it to language. Instead, your physical body is what's holding on to the trauma. The traumatic energy of these fragments is stored in your body and can be triggered by the physical or sensory input, which may be in some way reminiscent of a traumatic event. So it may remind you of something that's happened to you before. Even though the sensory information that triggers the memory of the traumatic event, like you meeting a lady named Tammara at the Women's Expo and she tells you her story and you're moved by it and you think, oh man, I want to get some help. I want to get healing too. I want that experience. Is usually from an insignificant regular event the brain misinterprets as dangerous. So today I ask you to think about what your process was when you came to the event and you signed up, but you never followed through. It wasn't even conscious. Subconsciously, you just never followed through. This means anything internal, like thoughts or feelings or something external, like a situation, a place, sound, or smell, can be enough to remind your brain of the past trauma. And when your mind is reminded of the trauma, the brain works for you, but it works against you. It works for you because the brain wants to warn you of the impending danger, even when there isn't any. That's when it's working against you. When there is really danger, it works for you. And it looks like, man, I'm so glad I didn't do that. Because it really was something you weren't supposed to do or you needed to be protected from. But when it's working against you, it's something that you absolutely wanted to do. It's something that you absolutely wanted in your life, a change, a healing. But some way, subconsciously, through emotions, through simple choices, you just never move forward with the program. It's almost like a self-sabotage. but not on purpose, but by choice. And not because you wanted to, but based upon what happened on the inside of you. I hope that makes sense to you. Because sometimes it can feel like triggers come out of the blue. Some may be identifying triggers and you like, oh, I know what this is. But some just come out of nowhere. I too went down this road. I too had to make the decision that this time I was going to push through. It's like having a broken leg. You have a broken leg and the doctor takes the cast off. And everybody wants you to come and do something because you've been down with that cast for a minute. Oh, come on, girl, let's go dancing. Girl, let's go shopping. Girl, you know you can go to the grocery store now because you don't have that cast on. But what's the first thing the doctor says? Take it easy. He says, take it easy. And for some people, they may not want to walk upstairs. They may not want to run again. It's like having a car accident. Some people may not want to ever drive a car again because they're afraid to feel the pain, the fear, and the discomfort of the traumatic event. But I offer you today my life experience. When I came up against those moments, it felt so good to be on the other side of them. Because this time, I didn't stop at the door. I went through it. And I took my power back from all of the fear, all of the anxiety, all of the nervousness, anything anyone else could say, because it's my life. It's my life. And I moved forward and I took my power back. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Sometimes you have to move beyond that. My dad used to tell a story. He told a story about an old man who had a dog. And his dog was sitting next to his rocking chair. And he would whimper. And everybody would come by and say, hey man, what's wrong with your dog? So he's laying on 3 nails. Laying on 3 nails? He said, yeah. He said, well, why don't you move him? He said, no, he'll get up once he's tired of hurting. When the pain becomes unbearable, you'll move. But I'm here today to tell you, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. It's all available to you. There are some things happening right now where we're about to have a meet and greet. Now, I don't know about you people that are not in the Austin area, but for those who are, we are having a meet and greet. And guess where it's going to be? Hello, it's going to be right here. I'm going to send you guys an invitation, send you the information, BOYB, bring your own blanket, bring your own basket, and bring your own bottle of water. And we're going to sit down and have a live one-on-one talk about what it means to let the healing begin and get you on your journey to freedom. Listen, we don't need another pandemic. We don't need another world catastrophe to happen for you to realize that there's some things that you want to deal with. It's available for you. It's available. If you want it, it's still available for you. It's so interesting. One of my assistants said, well, what happened to the women that were standing there and they had tears in their eyes? Well, why don't they come forward? Were the tears not real? Yes, they were, I said. Are they afraid? Maybe. They could be afraid of feeling the feelings that they felt when they were assaulted, the feelings that they felt when they were hurt, the feelings of fear of what is my family going to say if and when they find out. But there's an answer for all of that. There is a way that you go through this process. There is a way that you go through this process, and it's in layers. So this is my last point. So excited because I actually did 10. I did 10 sit-ups today. I couldn't do 10 sit-ups because when I came through my trauma and my past abuse, it totally took me out of my exercise routine. Then I had an accident when I got here and it injured my back. I couldn't even do 10 sit-ups, but today I did 10 sit-ups. I'm so proud of me because listen, I made a decision. I'm going back to where I was. I am getting everything that the enemy took from me back. That's my decision. When I got tired of hurting, I made the decision. I'm going to heal. I'm not going to be stuck at Me Too. I'm not going to be stuck at divorced. I'm not going to be stuck at hurt and angry. I want my life back. I want my normal back. I want my new normal. So I'm challenging all of you. In the next week and a half, you're going to be getting an email that's going to invite you to come out here. We're going to come out here. Yeah, we're coming out here. Yes, we're coming out here in the heat. It's not going to be too hot because we're going to come in the evening. And we're going to sit down, we're going to talk, we're going to eat, we're going to laugh, and we're going to find out what are those things that are blocking you from making the decision to move forward. You have an entire summer ahead of you. You have an entire Thanksgiving coming. You have an entire Christmas coming. You have an entire life to live, and you should live it beyond the trauma. My name is Tammara Lachey. I love you guys so very much. I'm so excited about this next meet and greet. I'm so excited. So keep your ears open and get ready, because the link is going to come for you to join in. And remember, you can bring a friend, because it might not be you, but it might be who? Somebody you know. Mwah! Sending you so much love, joy, and peace. Y'all, I'm getting my body back. I'm getting it back. My belly. See my belly? Oh my God. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.